As I was entering my second year of graduate school, I found out I was pregnant, which was a huge, huge shock, to say the least. And it took us a little time to wrap our brains around it. And right around the time that we had just started telling people that we were going to have a baby, we found out that the cell-free DNA testing that we had done was positive for Down syndrome. So we knew that there was a very high likelihood that Tatum would have Down syndrome. You know, when we brought Tatum home from the hospital, we knew that she was going to have needs that included feeding and would include physical therapy. And that feeding was covered by occupational therapy, and we knew that she would have a speech therapy need. We knew all of those things were there, and in my mind, the clock was ticking. It was so important that we get services established and that we get her team there, and that we, as parents, were able to become part of this bigger team to help provide her with the best support that we could. Being a parent of a child with special needs is really overwhelming, and it's, I think, knowing how to navigate so many different systems and so many different areas of their life is very overwhelming. So having Foothills Gateway help you build that foundation when you're just welcoming this child into your family and in these first formative years is huge. They know how to navigate, and they're there to help you learn to navigate, not to navigate for you per se, but to help you learn how to navigate.
I think what she's brought to our family is a feeling of more awareness of what is out there in the world and who people are, not just people with Down syndrome, but anybody with any sort of special need. That's the beauty of thinking about what the future is for Tatum, that we can really dream big about it, and we don't have to be confined to what her disability is. The sky's the limit, I think, in some ways.
I love to travel, I love to play pool, I love to go to all these festivals that I love to go to. I love to go horseback riding, and I love all kinds of different sports like football and things like that. That's what I love.
My name is Brandy Broadley, and I have been Lester's host home provider since 2009. So he's lived with us for just over 7 years. People have gotten to know Lester. If they see him out in the community, they'll call and say, "Oh, I just ran into Lester at Starbucks." And so it's just neat to see that he's made more community connections by living with us, but it's also changed other people's view on who he is and what Foothills does and what it means to be a host home provider for somebody.
Lester has a very big role here. He's been with us for a very long time. Does a wonderful job, comes in, always has a great attitude. Helps us detail our standards. Helps us make sure that we maintain a very clean restaurant.
I wash pots and pans and things like that. That's what I do. I need a Chris. I pack crackers and weigh them. Then if they need a sub for folding and labeling, I do that too or something. I love Nitty-Chris because I do a lot of joking around and all that stuff.
When Lester first came to live with Sean and I, we were newlyweds. We hadn't even been married a year yet. And a lot of our friends asked us why we were doing, what we were doing and having him move in with us. And we were just ready to share our lives with somebody. It was a good opportunity for us and him at the same time. We've moved houses, and he was excited when we moved into this house because it was closer to town and closer to the bus. We had our daughter, and it's really neat seeing her connection, my daughter's connection to Lester. I think she sees him as an uncle.
I Bianca, I hang out with her. She loves to play games and things like that, like put puzzles and things that kind of help her out on that too or something.
I definitely think we're probably unique in that we take Lester on vacation with us because we kind of feel like he's part of our family.
I love living here because I do a lot of activity myself. I used to go to festivals, and Brandy and Sean both take me to the gym with them.
We go to church on Sundays, we go out to eat, shopping, movies. We take him out on the boat with us, take him to the zoo when we take our daughter. So before I started working at Foothills Gateway in college, I didn't know that anything like this existed. And I think that's very true to most of the community. They don't realize that people need support. A big deal of our community needs a lot of support. Lester's lived on his own before, but as life has gone on and he's had experiences, we've found that he's the most successful in a host home. And it's just the gentle reminders and those types of things that kind of help him keep on track and stay successful.